shit. Here we go again.
All right, y'all. Happy holidays to everybody out there. And I hope everybody having a good day. All right, we're going to do another non-visual story, but it's still going to be great. Also, Chingy do not have nothing to do with this video. I repeat, Chingy do not have nothing to do with this video. All right, so let's get to it. So I had a homeboy named Ace, and he like, yo, Dante, have you ever heard of Backpage? I'm like, Backpage, what's that? He said, well, basically, you can call this number and you can get chicks to come to your crib. And I'm like, what's that, like some prostitution type thing? He said, nah, it's like, well, basically, it's this website that you go to and you call, you look at different girls and, you call them and then, they come over and then, y'all know, we do what we do. I'm like, man, that sounds like some prostitution thing. He's like, man, not really. I mean, yeah, they want some money, but we could give them something else. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Dante ain't never, ever paid for nothing like that. I don't involve myself with that. I'm not the type. I feel like if I got to pay for it, I don't want it. So he like, man, big man D. So, all right, look, I got already like dealt with like 2 girls already. I'm like, okay. What happened? He like, shoot, they came over, one girl. Now, due to YouTube laws and regulations, I can't say what he said, but let's just say he had a real good time according to him with these 2 girls. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. That ain't for me. So he like, man, dude, I'm telling you, man, you should check it out. I'm like, nah, that ain't my style. I'm good. So, and I know how y'all people be thinking out there trying to throw a jacket on me. I know y'all be like, oh, I can see it now. Y'all gonna be like, oh, yeah, man, Dante, no, he called that number. No, I didn't. Sorry. So let's get back to the story. So he like, all right, man. So I was like, all right, man, I'm out. So at this time, y'all, this happened in Flint, Michigan, but I lived in Pontiac and I was at his house at this time. So I left and I got on the expressway and I went back home. So he called me like 2 hours later. He like, hey, man, they over here, man. They doing this, they doing that, man. Man, you should come over, man. Come back. I said, man, dude, I'm at home. I'm chilling. So he tell one of the girls to get on the phone and she like, hey, yeah, you should come and party and all this and that. And I'm like, oh, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. You're like, man, stop acting like a punk. You should come back and all this now. Like, nah, I'm straight. I'm good. Right. So then he get on the phone and he like, man, I'm finna call I was about to say my other homeboy name. He gonna be mad when he hear this video, but I'm not gonna say his name, but he know who he is. And if he listening, he know exactly what I'm talking about. Right. But I ain't gonna put him out there like that. So he say he gonna call our other homeboy so he can get in on the action. So we get off the phone. He called my other homeboy, and my other homeboy, he down with it. So he goes over there. Now, this is where this story get real tricky. Now, my homeboy said when he got over there, when he walked in the door, when they seen him and he seen them, he pulled my homeboy Ace to the side and was like, yo, I need to talk to you. Now, my homeboy Ace, he was all coked up, right? So he really wasn't paying attention to what my homeboy was telling him. And what my homeboy was telling him was like, hey, man, them dudes, them ain't girls. And he like, man, what you mean? Man, get out of here. Stop hating, man. This one of the, how can I put it? One of the, so-called girls, I guess, went down on him. So he already did what he been doing with them. So he like, man, get out of here, man. You hating. And my homeboy like, man, I'm telling you, trust me. I know them dudes, right? So my homeboy leave and he called me and he like, man, D, and hey, you know what Ace over there doing? I said, yeah, man, he called me and I'm like, man, what's up with that back page stuff? Like, what is that? He was like, man, forget all that, man. He got some dudes over there, and it's really gay guys. They like transsexuals or something. I said, what? He like, yeah. I said, wait. Time out. So you telling me that this back page thing is for gay people or something? He like, nah, it ain't for gay people. It's like all type of people on there. It's basically like what prostitutes be on, you call them. I said, oh, so it is like a prostitution thing. He said, yeah, they just, they got their profile and all this and that on there. You go on there and you call a number and y'all meet up, or they meet with you somewhere and y'all do what y'all do. I said, so he called some gay people over there? He said, no, I don't think he know that they, like, these are dudes. And I said, that's crazy. He like, yeah. I said, did you tell him? He said, yeah, I just tried to tell him, but he all coked up and he ain't trying to hear it. I said, hey, it is what it is at that point, right? So he like, yeah, I'm going to go in here and go tell him one more time, like, hey, man, these dudes or whatever, right? So I said, all right. So he go back in there and I'm listening. He like, hey, bro, I need to talk to you. Why one of the gay guys like, hey, don't I know you? But he said it in a girl voice. He was like, don't I know you or something? And he was like, nah, you don't know me. And he like, I do know you. Ain't you blah, 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 blah. Now, I know that my homeboy used that alias name. Like, he used it, that whatever the name that the gay guy said was the name that my homeboy alias name is, where he tell people his name is, right? And when he said that, the phone hurried up and went dead. So my homeboy hung the phone up. Now, that got me thinking, like, hold up. Why did he hang the phone up like that? I wondered it. Yeah, he must have messed around with him and he thought he caught him off guard. That's why he hung the phone up on me. So I'm like, oh man, I almost said my homeboy name too. And I know he be listening too, but I almost said his name. But I said, oh no, man, I know he ain't. So I called back. I'm calling back. I'm just constantly calling back. I'm like, nah, you gotta explain yourself. So then he called me back like 20 minutes later. I said, hey, man, so let me get this straight. He said, no, D, listen, no, it ain't even like that. I said, well, what is like then? He like, man, listen. So I end up calling, these chicks or whatever that I thought was chicks. And, they came over and, I was high. I was smoking a little weed. And my cousin, he was messing around with them first. And, I was just chilling on the couch. And when they came in there to talk to me, I was hugged up. That's the only thing me and one of them did. We were just hugged up. I was on the couch and I was just hugged up and I was playing 2K. And I said, okay. I said, so what happened? He said, nothing happened. We were just hugged up on the couch and then they left. And then they end up getting into it with his girl coming. I guess when they was leaving out, his girl was coming up the stairs of the apartment. And she was like, where y'all come from? And they get to arguing. He had to go up there and break the fight up. That's when he realized that these are two dudes. And he said, like, that's why the dude, I guess the gay guy recognized him and was like, hey, ain't you so-and-so? And he was like, yeah, and I said, well, why you hang the phone up? He said, I ain't hang the phone up. The phone just, I don't know what happened. I don't know. So I was like, all right, man, whatever. So now keep that in mind. Now, maybe 2 days later, my homeboy Ace called me and he was like, yeah, D, man, I got to tell you something. I'm like, what's going on? He like, man, I think one of them chicks gave me something. I was like, why? What's going on? He said, man, I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling right. Can you take me to the clinic? Remember, y'all, I stay way in Pontiac, man. So I'm like, all right, man, here I come. So I get in the car and I get down there and I pick him up. We going to the clinic. I said, so what happened? He said, man, I was just high and, I messed around with both of them. We had like a threesome or something. All I'm thinking in my head, like, man, I hope like dude, like, you don't even, I'm like, so I'm like, hey, you know, I almost said my homeboy name, but I was like, I was told that there was dudes. He was like, man, what's the name said that too, man, but he always trying to be funny, man. And I was like, nah, man, I'm dead serious. I really, you need to really like figure that out and investigate that. Long story short, y'all, they said that. So I guess when the doctors asked him, like, was he sexually active and all that stuff, and he told them, that he had threesome with, 2 women, and, he explained that he met them off Backpage. So they said, well, it's too early to detect anything, so we just gonna give you like a shot for chlamydia or gonorrhea or something like that. So he get that going or whatever. So we get back in the car, and he like, man, there couldn't be no dudes. I said, man, I'm finna call him. I'm finna call our mutual homeboy. So I call him, and he like, what's up? I said, hey, man, tell Ace what you told me. He was like, oh, about them gay dudes. I said, yeah. He was like, yeah, man, them dudes. And so them two got the lightweight argument back and forth, like, man, quit playing, man. Stop saying that, man. I ain't gay, and all this and that, right? So he said, so they just going back and forth or whatever. So they ain't getting nowhere. So I'm like, all right. So he like, man, them one of them dudes, man. I'm telling you, they ain't no dudes. I drop him off. I go to my mama house. I'm chilling on the couch, y'all. It's like 9:00 at night. These 2 individuals on Backpage is getting around, right? Why Ace called me around like 9:30, like, man, D, man, hey, man, they dudes, man, my cousin over here, and they over here, man, we about to beat they ass, man, these some dudes, these some niggas, man, oh, man, these is dudes. So I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, man, we got them in the house over here. Man, these dudes, man. Let me tell y'all something. I guess, I'm saying I guess because I wasn't there. I just heard what was going on. And what was told to me is, I guess his cousin or him, I'm guessing him or his cousin called them over again to have a good time. And somebody blasting them out, like a third person came out of nowhere and told, like, yeah, these is dudes or something like that. So when that happened, I guess the altercation happened, and they found out that these so-called girls was actually dude, and they got to fighting, and it just went down. And, my homeboy called me and was like, yeah, these dudes and all this and that. And it just went left. So the whole point of telling y'all this story is that, hey, you cats out there that be out here playing these military mind games, and that goes on both sides of the field. If you a cat out there and you ain't married, or you is married, and you out here trying to sneak off and be with prostitutes and getting on these websites trying to solicit sexual activities and all that, y'all better be careful. Be very careful, because you might end up like my homeboy Ace out there playing military mind games with military minded people. Now, like I said, whatever a man do in his bedroom, that's what he do in his bedroom. I can't tell a man what to do in his bedroom. I don't want to know what's going on in your bedroom. Like I tell y'all, I can never tell a man how to program, and I would never tell somebody what to do with what they do. Y'all remember what Dwight Howard said? Dwight Howard said, what I do with my wood is what I do with it. Ain't nobody business. And it ain't nobody business. But my point of telling y'all this story is, hey, y'all better chill out. Keep it at home. Start doing right. Stop fornicating. And with that, y'all, happy holidays. I got some more crazy stories that's dropping. I'm going live this Wednesday at 6 p.m. All right. And with that, I'm out.